We're now going to look at solving the first example using a Texas Instruments calculator. You should bear in mind that your model may well differ from ours and that you will need to be familiar with exactly how to do these calculations using your particular instrument. Also, please bear in mind that there are several ways of achieving very similar results with most of the modern calculators, so we are not suggesting that this is the only way in which you can solve this problem. I will begin with a new document and I'm going to choose the spreadsheet option number 4. This gives you a blank screen, very similar to what you get when you are using a computer-based spreadsheet. I am going to put the data in. Now I've got it already stored on the pasteboard, so all I need to do is a paste and we will get the data for this problem put straight in. You will have to type it in probably. I'd like to draw your attention to the label row. It can be a very good practice to enter names for columns of data. Column A is the distances that the taxi trips will take, and column B is the fare. If you type these in a number of subsequent calculations, you can simply refer to the data as distance or fare. So there we've set it up. Now what about the calculations? The two things we want to do are show the data as a graph, and the second thing is to find a line that will fit it. I will choose Document, Insert, and we are going to enter Data and Statistics. This gives us a blank graph. At the moment it's nonsense because the calculator does not know where to find the data. And this is where, having named the data as distance and fare, it's particularly easy to actually locate it. So I will click on distance for the horizontal axis and fare for the vertical axis. And there we have it. If you want to join the points up with a straight line, there is a menu option that will enable you to alter plot type. If I call this a line plot as opposed to a scatter plot, we will have a line added. Returning to the original data, we now are going to try and produce a line to fit. Now this is done by choosing menu again, and the option we want is statistics and stat calculations. Now that all happened a bit fast, so I will cancel that. Menu, statistics, stat calculations, and we want to choose linear regression. There's two types of it. They differ by very little except in the format in which the data is delivered. If I select the first of those options, again we have got the big advantage of having our names for our data. So the X list is where the data for X is stored, and the Y list is where the data for the vertical scale is stored. So distance and fare again, and you'd be pretty certain that the calculator will locate the data that you actually want. Okay, and the calculator will paste onto the spreadsheet the result of the regression. We have here the slope of the curve, 1.35, which is the same result as we got from our manual plot, and the intercept 3.5. This number here, r squared, being 1, tells us that the equation fits the data perfectly.